All right, we are live.
Hello, welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 545. I'm Otto. Tonight I'm joined with hashtag not all Jews, Jared.
Not all Jews are Zionists.
And this is the laughing voice you just heard there was the homegrown crypto Houthi, James Babb.
So good to be with you. I'm broadcasting live behind enemy lines in Kanukistan, Quebec, deep in the forest. So I'm here in my truck studio, if you can see, because the Starlink needs some clear sky, and I do have a campsite, but it's deep woods back here. So I had to move out here to this clearing. So hopefully the signal's good.
So you're saying you cross state lines? Is that what you've been doing?
I crossed national borders.
Ooh.
Like I actually saw that dotted line as I went past. Like
that's so evil.
They let me in, which is always a question. Like I don't know. You never know if you're going to get into Canada when you're an outlaw, basically. So
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah. A couple of years ago, or last time, they asked me about, like, do you have any criminal past or whatever? And, yeah, there was a weed charge, long time ago. And they just kind of like laughed and let me through. But
wow. Canada's slacking.
This guy,
I don't think Canada cares about weed anymore.
But it's you never know what kind of a weird, you never know what kind of a weird person you're going to get, like, at the gate. Like, this guy did have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and he kept, he would ask me questions like, like, how long are you going to be in Canada? What are you doing here? What's in the trailer? Like all this kind of stuff. And, and it's like, where are you staying? And I'm like he not like he cared, but was hoping he could trip me up in my story.
So right. That's what they're always trying to do. That's why they ask you all that.
So he's a cop. Yeah. Okay.
They want you to like contradict your story, and they're like, "Oh wait, I thought you were headed to your grandma's, but you're actually going to your aunt's." Like,
okay, you better. We're gonna have to search your trailer now.
Yeah. Okay, that's a little suspicious. I'm gonna need to get a warrant for this.
Well, we have a question from the audience. Brandon asked, Babs, did you at least bring your emergency suicide kit in case you get sick?
Right.
Well, here in Canada, you don't need that because it's provided for you for free.
Right.
Yep. So
it's healthcare.
No cost.
Yeah, like I think right here at the campground, there's like suicide booths that I can use.
Suicide pods.
Pods? It's called the Cliff Edge.
That's great. But
it's very humane.
So if the Canadian Rockies or whatever can do that to you, just think of how bad the feds are when you tell. Oh, the Mounties. Sorry, what did I call? Wait,
that sounds pretty gay, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound gay?
What did I call them?
The Rockies.
No, the Rockies. Wow, I'm an idiot. Anyway, so
no, wait, the Rockies do go up into Canada, though.
That's true, but they are not.
But up in the West.
But they don't bother you.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say is like think about how bad the federal government is, where they get you for saying you the month January as opposed to like June or July. Like that's remember they did that to Flynn. Flynn actually told them during the investigation January instead of July, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, you lied to us. You're going to jail."
What was who was being investigated?
Michael Flynn.
Yeah, that's how they got him. They go to jail for lying. That's what he was lying to prosecute. Lying to the feds.
That was it? Just the month?
That was it? You guys didn't hear about that?
I thought I remembered that, but I don't know. It's been a billion news cycles since that happened. So
that was Oh yeah, I know. That's ancient history. That was like what,
lying to a Fed?
Yeah. He was called perjury. He perjured himself because he said the word January instead of July. He committed perjury. That's why he went to jail. All cops are the same, dude. That's what I was trying to get. Like, yeah, they're all trying to get you to mess up.
Well, that's why it's important not to talk to cops, because every time you say something, you risk contradicting yourself or creating one of those situations. Unfortunately, at these border crossings, at least, he can easily, like, if I was to give any attitude or not answer his questions, I'd just be denied. You know what I mean? Like, so now coming back in, I'm also going to probably answer questions because I don't want my trailer searched. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like imagine like yourself on the side of the road, like everything you own, like strewn out on the parking lot as some dogs go through your shit. You know what I mean?
Fuck
like
that.
Yeah, no
Fuck
thanks.
that.
So I'm just going to answer the question. I just try to answer the question as minimally as possible. Headed home.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's smart.
No.
That's
The funny thing is, when I went into Canada, they had this sign that says you have to declare your cannabis, right?
What?
That's what it said. But it's illegal to cross the border with it. You will go to jail, like if you declare it, right? But I guess it's an extra crime,
right,
if you bring it over and you didn't declare it. Now that's like 2 charges. That's what I figured.
I wonder how many people have been tricked into declaring it, thinking like, "Oh, it must be legal. Like, I'll declare it," and then they go to jail.
That's like crossing a line and be like, declare your murder victims before you cross into Canada. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah, it's stupid. I thought Canada had legalized it, but
they did.
But you just can't bring it in.
Right, and the same going the other way. Like it's legal in Michigan, it's legal in Canada. Not legal to cross the border. Legal in Canada.
It's
legal
the state
in Maine.
lines, man. The cardinal sin.
They're magical. They're magical.
The cardinal sin of state lines. All right, we got to make a state lines T-shirt.
Oh yeah, dude.
I heard somebody say state lines on. I think I was watching Counterpoints, and they mentioned state lines.
It's triggering.
Oh man! Speaking of lines of awesomeness, here's Eric Dietrich.
I was like, whoa.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Eric, like, dude, he's in the blow. I'm like, what?
Let's go.
What's up, dude?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Dude, I was just like at home getting my dinner ready. I was like all ready for this episode to come on. I'm like, got my phone out to check the notifications. He's like, "Oh, you want to be on the show?" It's like, yes, dude. Let's get set up and go.
Hell yeah.
Sorry to interrupt your dinner.
It's all good, man. I'm glad to be with y'all as always.
Great to have you.
Hell yeah. Anyways,
What I miss? Bring me up to speed.
Babb's
we're just talking about Canuckistan, where I am right now in Quebec. Very French, and these guys are French. It's not like dual language. Like everything's in French. I don't speak a word of French, right? So I definitely feel like a foreigner. Like I really feel for people that try to navigate somewhere where you can't read the road signs, you can't read the directions. Like it is kind of annoying. But most places I go are ready for English speaking tourists. But here they're like, fuck it, we're French. Fuck it. Like
damn. So yeah, Quebec is like, it's like right across. So wait, so you went up through, that's like all the way over there, man.
I'm headed to Maine from here. So
okay.
Like I've cut across from the Midwest Peace and Liberty Fest.
We're getting into the maptism.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, I see it now.
Midwest Peace and Liberty Fest was super fun.
Yeah, talk to us. Give us a rundown about that. This is what year are they in? What?
I don't know. Between 5 and 10, I'm gonna say. Not sure.
I think it's 4 or 5. But tell everyone about it.
Well, it was at a new facility this year, and it was basically like an abandoned Boy Scout camp. That this gigantic property that could literally thousands of people could camp out there. It also had showers. It had a pavilion, and yes, Brandon, gay Vermont. Yeah, it's like
Quebec. You mean gay Vermont? Yeah.
Well, we'll get back to Midwest Peace and Liberty Fest. Canada is extremely gay. I mean, you guys know that, right? Like, they have.
It's like literally.
I mean, they even like with the highway, they got their own like transnational highway just for trans.
Oh well. Sounds about right.
I need that sound.
Yeah, come on, man. You're slacking with the sound machine over there.
I've just got this.
Yeah, that's you with the working the sound machine.
Yeah.
But anyway, Midwest Peace and Liberty Fest, super fun. This really cool facility, like an air-conditioned pavilion area for like presentations, kitchen available, bathhouse, like all these like not individual campsites, but more like you'd put a whole scout troop, and there's room for like 20 different scout troops at the same time. Like huge place. It's got a lake. It's gorgeous. Anyway, so maybe like 100 people came. Our own Nikki
Was
P.
this in Michigan?
Yeah.
Where in Michigan did you say again?
Gregory,
Michigan.
It's not far.
I made my first.
Not
I
far
made my
from
first
Ann
trip to
Arbor.
Michigan this year. Okay, so near Ann Arbor. Okay, so yeah, I was further north. I guess I was in Grand Rapids.
It's only like 8 or 10 hours from like East Coast cities. It's not that bad.
Yeah,
But
so you're just like North Ohio.
yeah, and weed's legal there in case that's important to you. I
That's a factor.
I still don't drink the water there, but it's probably good. I mean, Obama drank it like on TV, right?
Right.
It allegedly touched his lips. There was no drinking involved.
I did not ingest.
I didn't exhale.
Like, and then like afterwards you didn't see, but off camera they went through this like hazmat ritual, and like he was hosed down and like rinsing solution and like acid neutralizers or biocontaminant sterilization procedures. But anyway, I highly recommend Midwest Peace and Liberty Fest. In fact, we should all go out there next year, do live shows. Like we can even like be in the inside air conditioned room and do stuff. Like it's pretty nice.
Okay. Nice.
I like that.
Who got the scholarships?
That's a good question. I believe it was Gretchen, but she decided to split the scholarship with the other applicants. So like I think like everybody kind of, I think they ended up splitting it. At least that's what somebody told me. I can't swear to it.
Nice.
But yeah, they have scholarships for projects, cool stuff. Only a couple presentations. Ben Weir, our own Ben Weir was there. He did a presentation.
Nice.
Got to hang out with Lou Feen.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So
did Ben do one of his emo nights there? DJ? Or
no.
Yeah, because I remember he said he was trying not to keep you awake again, like at Pork Fest.
Yeah, no,
Was he respectable this time?
Oh yeah, he said he said he wasn't on Molly, so that's good. I really like him. He's funny.
Yeah, Ben's great.
But let's see. I met a guy who told me that the reason he was there was because of punk rock libertarians, and in fact, he was some kind of mixed up socialist beforehand. And it was like we kind of set him on a path. So
who is he?
I said, I'm trying to remember his name. It'll come to me later. I'm drawing a
Bernie
a
Sanders.
But no. But
We finally got him.
also met some people that are affiliated with the Michigan LP, and
Which one?
I'm not
Which
really
one?
sure. But this was like their
Did
vice
you mention
chairman. No.
Wait, are there two Michigan LPs now?
Yeah, there's two Michigan. There's two factions. It's like split down the middle. They were suing each other.
Yeah, I tried to figure out which side was which, but ultimately I didn't care, and we weren't really talking about that. But this one guy was he identified strongly as a Boogaloo boy. The guy I was talking to from he's like the Michigan vice chair or something like that. And I'm like, did you try to kidnap the governor?
Yeah.
he's like, no, but I know those guys. It's like, yeah, they didn't, they didn't do it. I don't know. This guy seems like a pretty good outlaw. I was pretty impressed with some of the antics he described. But takes all types. I mean, mostly the people that go to that show are into agorism and homesteading and homeschooling, and there's programs for kids, like good entrepreneurial shit for kids. So yeah, it's good family environment. Bring the whole crew.
Yeah, I'll try to make some room in my schedule next year for this.
That's
It's usually the same week, right?
Yeah, it has been so far.
Okay.
That's another dope PRL success story about that person.
Not
seeing
many
the
of them.
light. I'm one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're kind of describing
Really?
Eric there a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
He was a little bit of a Bernie bro at one point.
It's true.
So were you.
I mean, I was a commie before Bernie, but yeah.
I voted for Bill Clinton the first time he ran.
Oh.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, I voted
say
for
it ain't so,
Obama.
James. Oh.
But see, I didn't know any better. All I knew is I didn't want any more of that Iran Contra shit. That was the scandal of my youth, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then it was just kind of like, well, I don't want that, so I guess this other thing. I was a stupid kid. Duh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. All right. So, I guess do we want to get on to, how about this like Spotify thing? Was it you that found this, Eric, in our group chat, or was that Keith? I think that was Keith. Anyway, so one of our friends in our college group chat shared this article. So Spotify is forcing users to undergo face scanning to access explicit content. Submit to biometric face scanning or risk your account being deleted, Spotify says, following the enactment of the UK's Online Safety Act.
is this just UK users?
This is just UK, so I guess I don't have
Oh,
access
see,
to this
I didn't
post,
realize.
but-
I thought I was like, this is
No,
everyone.
no.
Like, how is this gonna? Okay, so when I saw it,
So
I
this
just
is
thought it
probably
was-
going to be all of these companies are going to have to do this shit in the UK or risk getting shut down. And they're all
Well,
going to probably cave.
Did you see? I saw a meme related to a story about a guy that got arrested coming home with his gardening tools from the garden. Did you see that one? I swear to God, like,
This is just the state of things in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody's getting arrested for tweets and.
I'm
freedom
not
of
even sure what
speech
the
is-
Online Safety Act is. I guess we could find out.
I'm sure it's to protect the royal family from any discussions of Epstein's Island.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. The UK's new tech law triggers upheaval. A new law to promote online safety in the UK has swept up a lot more content than social media users expected, and a wide range of advocacy groups and disgruntled consumers are rising to object.
You're disgruntled.
The UK's Online Safety Act took effect Friday to shield minors from harmful content, not just pornography, but also material that is hateful, promotes substance abuse, or depicts serious violence. Damn, dude, that's like my entire online presence.
Right. So serious violence. Okay, that means if we don't like what you're saying about the Palestine conflict, then we can censor that.
Right.
Right. Hateful. Well, that's just pretty much anything they don't like.
Anything.
Promote substance abuse. Okay, so I don't know. Oh, look, you've got a cigarette or a joint or a drink or whatever. Now remember, these are the same people. They're so concerned about your safety that they hid Jimmy Savile, right, and his disgusting pedophilia operation that went on for decades and decades and decades, right under their noses. They obviously knew about it and tolerated it, and now they're worried about harmful content online. Give me a break.
Yeah, what was it you said about this, Eric? You had a good
This isn't my original thought, but it's part of the digital track trace database of just like getting you onto like the digital ID that's tied to your social credit score and your banking, and they can debank you, and like everything's just being like digitalized. We're becoming digital commodities. I'm sure they're gonna figure out some way to shoehorn it over here, or like it'll just be like the more broad Spotify policy. I don't know. I mean, they're gonna probably try it.
Well, there's already something similar to this in Tennessee right now, where you're not like pornography is illegal. I think in Tennessee, or like you have to go, like you have to like click through a thing to like get to, like you have to go through a VPN to go to Pornhub in Tennessee, I believe, right now. I got it. Let me find the docs on that. Yeah, the Tennessee Protect Tennessee Minors Act requiring age verification for access to websites with harmful to minors content. The law mandates that websites verify users are 18 plus through reasonable methods such as third-party age verification services or ID submission.
Yeah, so this really rounds out the digital ID. I think you're absolutely right, Eric. This is just all fits into, because it's just, one thing leads to the next, which leads to the next. Get people used to uploading their ID when they want something, right? And then, okay, it's just another thing where I take my ID. You know what I mean? Like they started. Who did they come after first with that bullshit? Cryptocurrency people, right? Know your customer bullshit. Like, I guess they started with like, well, first let's get to know everyone with money,
Right?
And we'll get to the rest of you,
Pores. Yeah.
So you know what? Screw you, Spotify. You know what? It always sucked. I tried it once, and I did a comparison of an MP3 to a Spotify version of a song, and it was completely washed out, completely destroyed the bit rate or whatever. I'm like, I can't enjoy music like this. What the hell is it? I don't know if they've improved that bit rate or what, but I don't think their fans even give a shit about music quality
or music integrity, apparently, because Spotify is now creating AI music, and then that they own, and then they're promoting that and pushing that to the top of everything, so they make all the streaming royalty money off that music that like they own.
Holy shit! And it's made by robots
or AI, whatever.
Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Dude, this is crazy.
Do you remember this was predicted in Futurama, right? When it was like they were talking about like robots and their importance to society, and like, well, what if we didn't have robots? And like, who would write our smooth jazz?
Dude, so that's also from the creator of The Simpsons, right? Matt Groening.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And there's all those conspiracies about him being a time traveler because like so many predictions or things they've included.
You're triggering me. That's not true. It's not true. That's so made up. Matt Groening, like that whole Simpsons predicted this is just the fakest thing ever. There was like one or two things that happened that like, kind of matched something.
Like the Trump on the elevator thing?
That literally happened after. That premiered after.
Oh, really?
Yes. All of these things that and then now what they're doing is they're making AI images of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing that online,
It's
and they're
still,
like, see, oh my God, Simpsons
fun.
predicted.
And it's also like how many episodes have they had? Like 10,000 or something?
It's way too many.
Like you're
20
going to have
years
some
worth, too
coincidences where like,
Yeah.
things happen that kind of look like what happens in real life.
Well, and just culture doesn't change that much. So,
yeah.
If you're really in tune with what's going on and you're making comedy around it, there's a good chance these issues are going to come back again in a 20-year cycle or whatever.
It's like the Kali Yuga.
The what?
The Kali Yuga. Eric might know what that is.
Yeah, that's like the 80-year cycle, right?
No, I think it's like 500 years or something. It's like the Hindu. They believe that like there's like these cycles that happen every like 500 years or some shit.
They also poop in the water they drink out of, so.
Some of them do, yes.
That is a horrible, horrible collectivist thing to say about all Hindus. Come on.
Not all. Oh, no. Just the ones still in India. The other ones here, they're great.
Not all Indians.
Not all Indians. I'm sorry.
Dude,
Speaking of collectivism.
Yeah, there's been so much collectivism lately. It's freaking it's off the charts.
Yep.
Yeah, should we talk about the Jack Lloyd in the room?
said,
I
maybe we
consider
can wait
Jack
to talk
a
about
friend
that.
of the show, and I'm a fan of Jack's work. But he definitely seemed to have recently, I don't know, he seems like he's now white knighting the IDF. I can't quite figure out what's going on.
Wait, the IDF. That's a good podcast title. So here's a tweet or Facebook post, whatever, from Jack Lloyd. It says, "Some try to claim that anti-Zionism isn't anti-Semitism. However, I have consistently found that there is no divorcing the two. You don't find any special, widespread outrage for any other group's manifest national destiny. You won't find it against the Han Chinese ruling China, the Japanese ruling Japan, Indians ruling India, or the Irish ruling Ireland."
Now, there's way more than that. He doesn't make small posts. His are like really long. So there's more to that.
Well, let's
Yeah.
unpack this one first. What is
Well, no,
manifest
this was just the first
national
part.
destiny? What is that?
I mean, I guess that's the idea that, like, yeah, you're going
we
to
have
go
a
somewhere.
right-
You're going. Yeah, you have a right.
Yeah.
You have like it's
Because you're
your
superior,
destiny.
right? Like manifest destiny, I think of it in terms of North America colonialism. It's saying like, we're these wonderful Christians, we're civilized. It's our destiny to conquer these savages. Is that what?
Yeah,
Is that
I
what
think
he's
that's-
talking about?
I think that's what he's getting at. But it's also like, I mean, there certainly was outrage for. I mean, there's still people that are against just colonialism in all forms, right? And then specifically
call
like
this
the
shit
Irish ruling Ireland. Like, have we forgotten about like the IRA and North Ireland and all that stuff? Does that kind of swing against what he's saying? But either way, I mean, the claim that anti-Zionism isn't anti-Semitism. I mean, that's to imply that Zionism is some kind of core tenet of Judaism, right?
which it clearly isn't. And for him,
It
to
isn't.
make
I mean,
that-
first of
make
all,
that claim-
Zionism only emerged in the late 1800s, right?
right?
There was
and
no
how can-
concept of Zionism before then, right? There might have been people like, hey, maybe it'd be cool to like go back to Israel like biblical times, but it wasn't like a movement. So to say that it's anti-Semitism when Semites have been around for thousands of years, the math doesn't math, right? So,
and it's collectivist as can be.
Yeah.
I mean, like what are these groups we're talking about? You know what I mean? Like these things get really confusing unless you just look at it on an individualist basis.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to say, well, this occupation is good and that occupation's bad. Anybody that shows up and kicks somebody else out of their house is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it happened. It's happened a lot in the world. It's going to keep happening.
Here's the thing: this happened.
It doesn't have to keep happening.
Right, and that's the thing. This happened
libertarian
just like
property
70
theory now.
years ago. This is something that our grandparents remember. Our parent, like you know what I mean. Like this happened a year before my dad or after my dad was born. Was the state of Israel created? This is something what I mean that like it's just happening out. It's like wow,
By
like,
the British, like
yeah.
come on.
I just can't get over. Like there's so many things like I don't know what everyone else is seeing. Like the people it's like they're running out of things to say and to do to like convince people, and that's why I don't understand like how there's people, especially in our movement, like you look at Walter Block, who so ardently defends Jews' right to return to Israel, even as settlers who've been bombing Christian churches and they've been vandalizing Christians, like they firebombed a car just the other day, like these settlers against these Christian people that were there, like
They
it's not-
constantly do that
Yeah.
stuff. Constant violence, and they're like the whoever the policing agents or IDF or whoever, like the law and order, always looks the other way. And if not directly supplying weapons and bulldozers, I mean, like Caterpillar armed bulldozers. I mean, like, I'm sorry, but if you're driving an armored bulldozer through somebody's house, you're the aggressor. We don't need a history lesson.
I don't know. That's a pretty high standard, James.
I mean, we don't need a history lesson. We don't need a lesson in comparative religions. We don't need to know who migrated with whose grandfather when. It's like the shit is happening now.
Right.
It's clearly a violation of the non-aggression principle, clearly a violation of property rights, clearly just, collective punishment and just barbarity. I can't figure out why people that I respect somehow feel the need to come to its defense. It's really perplexing, but I guess it's mind control.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder if he would have the same opinion if it was not Israel, if it was some other country doing it to some other country, right? But apparently, like, I didn't know Jack Lloyd was Jewish, but I'm Jewish. So, like, I don't think that's an excuse. But I guess it does explain why he might, might have gotten the same, early childhood brainwashing that I did.
But
I
somehow he should know better. Go back to that. Can you wait? I was about to read something from that clip that was up there. And I just want to say, for the record, I am against the Han Chinese ruling China, the Japanese ruling Japan, and Indians ruling India, and the Irish ruling Ireland. I'm against all that shit too. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think
you're not widespread.
You're just against the ruling part.
Right. I'm all for those people. I just don't think that they should be ruling the others in some geographical region.
Yeah. Well,
I've got the religion and spirituality lesson for you guys. I looked up Kali Yuga. So in Hinduism, Kali Yuga is the fourth and final stage in a cycle of 4 yugas or ages. It's considered the shortest and most degraded of the 4, characterized by a decline in morality, spirituality, and dharma or righteousness. And according to Hindu cosmology, that's the present age. Guess how long?
Right.
Guess how long this age is? It's more than 80 years.
It's a long time, right? It's like 3,000 years or something, right?
432,000 years. So we got a while.
We got a ways to go.
And
Dude.
tell me the description again for this 400,000 year period we're enjoying.
It's the most degraded of the 4 ages, and it's the final age before like the reset of like whatever, the Big Bang or something. So,
but how deep into that age are we right now? Like we could be halfway there. We could be halfway there. Then maybe
just hang in there. Just hang in there. The end of the universe is promised.
It's characterized by a decline in morality, spirituality, and righteousness.
Well, it matches up. I mean,
the 432 is like the harmonic resonance of the Earth. 432 is like a big number. So this is 432,000 years. But that says it's the shortest of the 4 ages. So
interesting.
Thanks. Well, I wanted to finish reading. What's that? What are you drinking?
I got this beer. It's some kind of French Canadian.
Saint Arnold. Montreblanc Intrigante. But it's a West Coast IPA.
Yep.
8%.
That's funny.
8%. Let's see.
I like how that's in English. West Coast IPA is in English.
Check it out. Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
It looks like a West Coast.
Yeah.
It's got. Looks like it's got like some
pink.
It's probably my color balance is off.
Oh, okay. Well, so I wanted to finish reading Jack's post. So he goes on after he says about the Ireland. He goes, some will try to pivot with another claim of colonialism or occupation, while ignoring that the Middle East to the Maghreb is nearly completely occupied by colonizing Arabs who themselves came from Saudi Arabia. You won't find a similar level of outrage for all the products of colonialism from Britain to France to Spain with a demand of eternal reparations. You'll see the cultural acceptance or rationalizations instead.
I see all kinds of anti-colonial effort. Like there's a whole anti-colonial movement around the world that's directed largely against Europeans. Whether it's in Africa.
Right. But he's saying that we're letting the Muslims off the hook, though, right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because apparently they colonized, which they did. I mean,
the history of the world is colonialism, but the thing is, it's like that's just like begging. It's like I don't know what the fallacy is, but it's like you're pointing at the past. You'd be like, well, they did it in the past, so like it's cool for us to be doing it in the present.
Yeah, we've always had
thousands
slavery.
Of years past.
We've always had slavery. right? That
I
was
just
an
think when
argument
thousands of
that,
years,
that they
you lose your
made.
argument to it when thousands of years pass. You're like, okay, we like clearly the whole region's moved on, the world's moved on. When you just do this abrupt, you know, this abrupt thing in 1948 from literally a terrorist movement, you know, it's like, I'm sorry that you just don't get to claim like, oh, well, this was once our land,
Yeah.
but it was run. But I mean, I don't know. These were like mostly secular Jews. Like they weren't even like they weren't even like that like religious at all. They were just mostly secular who started this.
Hmm.
And
Mostly
to even
like
say
anti
our land is
Yeah.
to succumb to collectivism, like because that was your grandfather's grandfather's, you know, like, or somebody who practiced the same religion as the one that you claim now doesn't even have a
But I just don't get-
necessarily a
so, like,
lineage.
So he goes, he said, I mean, really, are Anglo-Americans going to all pack up and move back to Europe because of the Native American and Mexican conquest? Absolutely not. So what we are really left with is that some people are angry because some Jews moved back to the Levant and tried to create a protected zone against out-group persecution. Did that go perfectly well? Of course not. The price of statism is the cost in lives and prosperity from state violence to maintain state control. But I'm like, this doesn't. I'm not like following.
What's the point? I don't know what is his case that this is why we have to accept. See, I don't understand. Is he defending the idea of colonialism or denying that this is colonialism? What's going on in the occupied territories? What is he?
He said, but
Is
he goes on and says
the colonizer. I mean,
he seems to make a claim that like the we're being dishonest in our critiques of.
It's also kind of making a
Israel.
claim that we're trying to say like all the Israelis should move out of Israel right now.
Which is not what we're saying.
Which is not what we're saying. We're saying like just stop like
stop bombing kids.
Bombing kids. Yeah, like you can stay like all right, like you can argue all day about how they got into Israel. That like that's what's past is past. Like as far as I'm concerned, but
yeah, he
but
just says
like the present is now, and you can stop. Yeah, killing children like that could stop today.
Yeah, we can discuss like human migration patterns. You know, there have been multiple different human colonizations of North America over the centuries. You know, like not just one group of Native Americans, but like four groups.
And the term Zionism has, so like, if Zionism means expanding the border, continuing to expand the borders of Israel, then yeah, that's a bad thing, right? If Zionism is just the Israeli, Israel just maintaining status quo, well, stopping the bombing and maintaining status quo, well, that's another thing. And but the thing is, like, Zionism has become more, even beyond that, it's like a political power. It's a political institution that influences the politics of every major nation on the earth. And people are against that shit. If it was just like a bunch of Jewish people living in an area, keeping to themselves, like I don't think anybody would give a shit, dude.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, like voluntary voluntary buying up land, like voluntary, like but actually no, but you know what? Honestly though, I mean, we see how things are going on with like like there's this group of white people trying to build their own community in Missouri where it's just like no gay people, no Jews, no white, no black people.
Yeah.
But
dude, I say let them.
They're doing that, but now they're being investigated by the state attorney.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. But during like when COVID times or whatever, like there was a story that ran about a bunch of black people came together and did the same thing in Florida. They bought all this property and they were saying no white people, no Jews, no like just us, our people, and it was like glorified.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I'm sure there would be.
Well, there is just like an anti-white thing.
Oh, clearly, trust me, because we got to get to the whole Sydney Sweeney thing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need the deets on that. I only have seen some memes about that.
All right, so we got to bring up some memes then, or I'm sorry, some tweets.
But yeah, I mean, just to kind of wrap that up.
Yeah,
I mean, to be anti-Zionism isn't to be anti-Jewish. It's to be against the aggressive position of Israel in terms of literal like violence, and then also the political violence of just invading all sorts of government institutions, influencing elections, assassinating people, like running pedophile rings, like all the connections
Yeah.
there. Like that's the problem that like most people have. Yeah, okay, there's some people that are legitimately just like anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish. Those people absolutely
let me
exist.
ask you this,
But most people are not that. They're just against
But Alex isn't
the
here today.
meddling. Yeah, Alex
Let me
has
ask-
been kicked
Jared,
off
let me
the show.
ask you. Jack had mentioned something that the reason there's always been a movement to try to get Jews to convert, and this is where the real root of the problem is.
I mean,
I've
there's
never
like Jews
heard of
for
this
Jesus.
But
There's
is
Jews
there
for Jesus.
Talking about Islam.
Like,
He's
have-
talking about Islam.
Have you ever? Has anybody approached you and been like, "Hey, we need to get you on board with Jesus"? You know, like tried to, you know, like
Yeah, like the fucking what are
Matt
those guys?
Bergman.
Jehovah's
Yeah,
Witnesses.
Matt Bergman. Or like
Matt
Jehovah's
Bergman.
Witnesses. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, they're not Christians. So.
All right, you know what? Jack might be onto something here. Now that I think about it, like,
Or Alex trying to get me watch this like fucking sitcom about Jesus or whatever. He's trying to get me on, dude.
What
It's not
are
a
the
sitcom. It's not a sitcom.
what
Hey,
are
I'm
the
like,
Jews
some like
for
like
Jesus?
docu series or something. What's that?
What are the Jews for Jesus?
Well, the Jews for Jesus is like this. They're also called like Messianic Jews. It's like what Spike Cohen is, and they're basically
Was.
like was.
I
Oh,
think
now he's
full
just Christian now.
Yeah.
So they basically it's just a ploy to get people to become Christian, but
It's like they still obey all the old rules.
yeah, like they believe
know.
in the Torah, or they follow the Torah. They don't necessarily follow the Bible, like
do.
how about the Talmud?
the New Testament. But they call themselves Jews, but they believe in Jesus. I don't know. They're Christians basically. So
Pretty much. Yeah.
it's weird.
So,
Dude,
so there is a
Christians who just
movement
follow
to
the
convert.
rules.
So is this why, like,
No, I mean to say there's a movement to convert Jews
I think
is like
he's
way
referring-
blowing it out of proportion.
I think he's referring to the Muslim conquest of the region thousands of years ago when they literally made everyone like convert to Islam or die.
But that's not
And most
even
of them
necessarily
did.
true though, because like during like the reign of the was it the Byzantine Empire? No. The Ottoman Empire. Like they actually had quite a lot of religious diversity going on. I mean, they had like a state
Persia.
religion
I'm
for
talking about
Islam.
Persia had
First.
religious freedom like thousands of years ago.
I'm talking about the first conquest of not the Ottoman Empire was mostly formed in the medieval times. I'm talking about before that, like in the 600s, 700s. You remember? I think the Jewish people call it the Great something, where they think that they all left, but real in actuality,
the
I think-
diaspora?
yes, and so. But I heard that Sheldon Richman has a book where he's like, no, that never happened. The people there just converted to the people that were there. The Palestinian people converted to Islam, and they just stayed in the region. That's why all the DNA testing, they can trace back thousands and thousands of years to that region because they didn't leave.
Did you know DNA tests are illegal in Israel for some reason?
I wonder why.
I wonder what's up with that.
It's very, very interesting. So yeah, I don't know. There's some. I've heard people criticize the book, but I've also heard other really good things about it. So
Yeah.
and he's
these
he's
things are
a Jewish
super
person.
interesting. But when people start acting like, well, this is why we got to blow up your baby. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they're totally
right.
missing the fucking point. Okay, like history lessons are irrelevant. Okay, you're blowing up somebody's baby. All right, just shut the fuck up about the promised land or your ancestors or their ancestors. I mean, that's ridiculous. How about we try to use libertarian property theory to resolve these sort of things, and we can kind of compare actual property claims. Did you see that one article where they were showing somebody? It was some Jews from New York were living in this house, and they show the former owners like walking outside, looking in at the house. Right?
That's
like,
awful.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I mean, who knows what the real story there was? I just remember that image was circulated, but why can't we say like, well, who has the better property claim? Okay, well, you bought the house. Do you have the receipt? Okay, that gives you a pretty good claim. What's your claim? Oh, you're a descendant of David, or the frickin' Jew moved out 2,000 years. Like you're your diaspora. What? Like, no, not a good property claim. right? Somebody should be able to say, well, like, you know what, we can resolve these things, not through just blowing each other up.
Yeah, it should seem
Well,
obvious, but
it's more than obvious to me. It's like people are like literally kids are dying, and I know Jack's been on this thing saying like they're not really starving to death. They had just had pre-existing conditions because they're all inbred, and so it's like, okay, so you're saying that you denied the people like the right to travel, so therefore they ended up having relations.
yeah,
with
there's like 2 million people. There's like 2 million people living there, right? And like a fucking plot the size of like half of Delaware or
Hey,
something.
can we pull up that article regarding the New York Times retraction?
Yeah, I got that.
Because
on
yeah,
top of that,
this was referenced. This was referenced as, see, like it's all fake, right? Like,
but it's
New
like
York
they're flexing on like, no, they just have medical issues and we're not getting them medical treatment and not letting medicine in. Like that's not the flex you think it is.
So yeah, New York Times admits using misleading cover photo of emaciated Gaza child. You know, in a conflict, everybody like is exaggerating, you know, that whatever's going to get them sympathy, but
or clicks.
So yeah, so the New York Times they ran a photo. I guess this kid had a condition that not necessarily starving to death, but I mean, these kids still can't get the medical treatment they need. They're dying. I mean, they're dying because of the occupation still.
Yeah, like that.
And
I mean, what does it
like,
matter if they're starving or dying from shrapnel? Like, I don't really see.
Well, I'm wondering if this is an op. See, like, I mean, what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well,
is,
it's like if
like,
we can reorient, if you can reframe the argument into like starving or not starving versus like dying or not dying.
Right. And they're like, see, they're not starving, right? Send us more weapons, right? Like
right.
Would New York Times do something like that where they intentionally like run a photo and then retract it with an apology, you know, to just create this sort of self-own that in the end ends up justifying more of the occupation.
Could be what's going on.
Or it's just a bunch of shitty journalism and people always try to exaggerate. But like you said, if you're not starving, okay, they're not starving. They're only getting blown up. Like, whoo, you know?
Yeah.
Thank goodness. You know, I was really worried there for a second.
Yeah, when I didn't even hear about the whole New York Times thing. I just saw like some little snippet about Charlie Kirk like claiming that, oh, they're not starving, and I'm like,
see, suddenly
this is
everybody
what we're arguing about this. Like
that was the kind of funny thing. I'm like, I didn't understand why at first, but I'm like, how come everybody's coming out of the woodwork to say, you know, to act like the kids aren't starving? Like what? Like why did this become the cause of the moment? You know?
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna solve it here, but I hate opening up X and seeing dead starving babies, and sorry, and it's 100% the fault of the Israeli state. Like it's 100% their fault. Like those kids aren't. I mean, you could say, oh, Hamas is hoarding all the medicine and stuff, and what's Israel to do? You know, they're trying to give them food, but but then you see videos where like they're being shot at by soldiers, IDF soldiers, but then they'll say that's not really happening. There's no proof that those are IDF shooters shooting them or whatever. Like it's a fucking mess, man.
It's like, no, we're really running the concentration camp humanely. Trust us. Don't believe what you hear. We run a great camp. It's totally cool. Like, what the fuck? You're still running a goddamn camp, okay? You don't get to defend how you keep people prisoner.
Right. Well, I guess we want to move on here at the end. I want to talk about the big thing I guess everyone's been reading about. So, famous actress Sydney Sweeney, like I literally open up X one day and it's literally just a post. It's the thing that blew up, everyone's talking about. It's her. She has a new ad for American Eagle jeans. And I don't know if you want to play it. I sent it over in our group chat. I sent over the
group
first
chat?
one. Or it's in the chat here. Sorry.
Oh.
The first one. I couldn't find the original ad by itself because it's been so swamped by people reacting to it. So I can't really like find the original. So I thought this would be a decent one to play. It's only like 10, 12 seconds. And you could just play it. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, Eric or James. James, you've been in the woods. So
This Brad Palumbo one?
I've seen
Is that
relevant
Brad
memes.
Palumbo?
I've
of
seen
course
some memes and the picture
Hold on, let me
or a picture.
why this shit's taking forever to load.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
So
it's not
like
your
people
fault.
have been freaking out about it. And I just want to say for the record, I know I'm gonna come off like this is a hot take. I never really thought she was that attractive. I thought she was like a butterface.
Wow, that is a hot
Like-
take, dude.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's been obsessing with her. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not into her. She's kind of got like droopy eyes and kind of like buck teeth, but she's not like she's not the ugliest person. But I don't think
Weren't
she's
you the one who was
best
gonna,
looking
who like wants to fuck these like ugly ass politicians? Otto,
either. Yeah,
you're like,
that's the
and
old.
you're-
I'm
She's
not
looked
saying
like-
okay.
She's like 16.
That's the old me. That was the old me, and the old me definitely would have had sex with her. Okay.
anyway. But what's
All right,
the slogan?
All right, let's see the
Genes
ad.
are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney, Casper Jeans.
Genes are passed down.
And that's Nazi propaganda, apparently. I mean, she's no Amy Klobuchar, but she's still very attractive.
Well, she's way too young for me to consider attractive, but whatever.
Right.
Wow,
I think there's
So
you
is
guys
that
are
Nazi
gay.
propaganda?
You guys are gay. So what people? So this is racist because she has
So
good
play-
genes.
Yeah, they said that's Nazi propaganda.
I thought it was just she has nice titties. You know?
I thought she's promoting a line of jeans.
Yeah.
It's a fun play on
jeans.
words.
Yeah, this is
only for
oh,
Nazi,
man.
apparently. So let's play the other tweet I sent over.
Ugh.
The one
Well,
of
they
the
did
reaction.
apologize. Didn't the company apologize for that?
No, they didn't. No.
Good.
Are you sure?
No, unlike the. So this is the reaction.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it. That's Nazi propaganda. Wow. I thought it was going to be like kind of bad. That's going to be in history book.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird. Would we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
If you haven't fully comprehended how bad it is, I need you to open your fucking eyeballs.
All right, that's enough.
Well, listen. Obviously,
it's just a coincidence that
obviously-
all these women are just fat and ugly.
they all yeah. Isn't it funny? They all have bad genes. You
Yeah,
know,
they
like
And like even in the ad, the whole ad, it started with like talking about genes as in DNA, and then she's like, "These are just blue genes. Like, shut the fuck up about it. This is an ad for clothes." That was the whole
Pretty
point of
much.
the ad.
Yeah.
In the ad, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but no, dude, you're just.
But that's it. Also, I think she
Nazi.
was referencing her blue eyes. My genes are blue. Didn't she say that? Something like right? Like
Mm.
as she kind of looks in the camera. Did I?
Pretty sure she just said she's talking about the actual jeans she's wearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, she
But
does.
so
have
what?
blue eyes.
So what if she's?
Pink.
Yes, you get your eye color from your parents. Is this something controversial?
But
how does this-
Nazism. But Nazis.
I mean, I think it's just that she's hot and she got good genes. Like, is that not enough for us? Like,
But we
it's
can't
gotta be
say
that
that
she's
about a
white.
white woman. Okay. Dude,
What if
they
it
just
was like
hate-
Beyonce? What if it was Beyonce? Would I?
Beyonce does have a denim ad like that where she's in.
But does she make the same pun about good genes?
No, I mean I don't think so. But it's just like, so what? They just hate white people. Like that's just what this is. This is a white person.
But you know
can't
what?
be promoting
Listen,
white people.
Talk about another genius ad where holy shit, they're getting punk rock libertarians to talk about some stupid ad campaign for some
Right.
stupid jeans for some
They're
stupid
getting the
model. that
PRL
nobody-
bump.
Nobody ever would give a fuck about otherwise, right? Like they came up with a story out of nothing. How do you get people to pay attention to our stupid genes? You know what I mean? Like this is a genius move, and congrats on them for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they don't retract it or.
No, they haven't.
I
They've
thought
had
I saw they did,
success.
but I guess I don't know.
I mean,
Someone
at this
fact
point, it's
check
like,
me.
why even bother retracting anything anymore? It's like the news cycle is just going to move on to the next thing, the outrage cycle.
right.
Just don't lose face. Just pretend it didn't happen and just keep going.
So this guy who he
reap the
posts a lot of
benefits.
gym videos. He
Oh,
posts,
Joey
a lot of-
Swole?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that. Okay, you know that guy?
Yeah. So he made a comment saying about how like when Hulk Hogan died, about how he's like, wow, I'm really sad about typical thing about when Hulk Hogan died.
Yeah.
Well, he had to apologize because in the video he so I guess people came out and crushed me like he's a racist. How dare you say anything good about a racist? And so he came out and apologized. He's like, I talked to a lot of people last night and
Well, he also hold on. The other thing he did was he accidentally said colored people instead of people of color.
Yeah, he said colored people.
But
But
yeah, then he came out. Then he came out with this like super cringy apology.
Yeah.
Then after that, he posted that he posted like some like Instagram thing where he was like, it was just like text, and it was like something like basically saying like he's quitting Instagram, like.
Oh my god.
Like his like everyone's like he's done so much for his community and everyone's turning on him, and it's like,
well, that's why you should never apologize.
Yeah, just
never
don't
apologize.
just keep trucking, dude.
Yeah.
Like just keep going. Like,
apparently Dunkin' Donuts also put out another ad like that with like a guy like getting out of a pool, like a white guy getting out of a pool or something like that. I haven't seen it, but I've only seen clips.
I thought we were over this. I thought this was one of the good things about having Trump was like we don't have to worry about cancel culture anymore.
Apparently you do, man. Apparently you do. So
there was
yeah,
literally
man,
no point to electing this guy.
I know.
Except for Ross.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we did get Ross out.
But at least we got Ross out.
Yeah.
Well, and
So,
like
yeah.
I'm sure like American Eagle, I would have to assume they have like a diverse history of ads featuring like all kinds of people. But they're like,
do.
not this ad. Like it's just I could be wrong. They could have only white people in their ads for as long as it's existed, but I doubt
I don't
that
think
that's the
so.
case. Yeah, it's like
I
oh
don't
my
think
god.
so. Well, they like you said, they literally had Beyonce on there.
I don't know
And
if
then
she
what
was
was-
for American Eagle, but
What was the Hulk Hogan
Oh.
thing? I kind of wasn't understanding that. The guy said he was sad he died, and they're like, you
So,
can't be
okay.
sad because that guy was mean
Yeah.
or something.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then how are you supposed to be responsible for like a celebrity you might like what they do? You're not responsible for like everything they've ever said or done, or to even be aware of like they were in situations. It's like, oh, I just remember him from like the 80s, like beating dudes up in the movies
Yeah.
and stuff. Like what?
Well, yeah, he
Yeah,
was talking
inspired
about
me to go to the
you
gym
know,
and work
as a
out.
kid, that's what got him into the gym. Like that's what's like basically created like who he is.
so
It's
he
like-
improved his life.
Watching like this character, by the way, the character of Hulk Hogan, not Terry, whatever his name is, but Hulk Hogan, the character, getting up on stage, ripping open his shirt, eating his Wheaties, like that's who he was trying to remember, not the like racist redneck dude that was like doing steroids in the bathroom.
What
Like,
are
that's
you
not
saying?
his-
He's a racist redneck doing steroids? What?
What,
Friends
Hulk
with
Hogan?
Trump?
I'm so
Yeah.
like I don't care. Like they want to make being racist worse than being like an actual murderer, and I don't care. I don't care, man. Like you're not gonna
Yeah.
get me with that.
Well,
Never
once again,
apologize.
it's getting mad at like the like surface level racism and not the actual like institutional drug war,
Prisons.
cyclical poverty, like the actual racism that actually like harms these demographics, right?
For the most
Yep.
part.
It's a
Otto's
lot
still
easier
in
to
favor of that.
criticize.
He's like, I like that too.
I mean,
You're
that
right, 'cause
race
there's,
is
there's-
cool. But
there's no lobby to push back. Like if you want to take on the prisons or the drug war, there's lobbies that'll push back, right? But these kind of things are just easy
Yeah.
to make to do grandstanding on with nobody actually giving a shit.
Do we need like a racist jokes lobby
mm,
to defend?
pretty sure.
our-
I'll
our
talk to Alex.
freedom
We'll
of
see what we can
speech?
come up with.
Are Jew jokes under fire now?
Yes. I heard a really funny one the other day, and I can't remember it now. Oh well.
Dude, I would say Hulk Hogan was probably in the fame category with like Michael Jordan and like Michael Jackson of like
Yes.
so famous and iconic and
Mhm.
untouchable with like what they achieved in their pop
100%.
culture land. Like
Yeah.
just
Are
throwing
you
that out
comparing
there.
Hulk Hogan to Michael Jackson?
Yep.
Yeah.
In terms of fame.
Fame, yeah, I would.
Like you could go to just random countries around the world with like a picture of him and he'd be like more recognizable than like mostly
Really?
any other celebrity. Probably.
Yeah.
I would say so.
He's
At
a
least
piece
in
of
like
Americana, man.
at least in like the 80s, 90s, and
Mhm.
yeah.
Biggest pro wrestler ever and just like cultural phenomenon, was like in some movies and stuff, and then he had that TV show and like merchandise. I had toys of him and a poster when I was a little kid,
I had the pillow. What is it? The wrestle pillow. What is that? What were they called?
like Wrestle Buddy or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I had one of those of him. And but
My
I never really
cousin
watched
had that.
wrestling. Yeah.
That sounds
I
gay.
forget. There's a name.
Totally, dude.
That
That's
sounds
what
like
bro-
a waifu or whatever. A waifu
Bro.
pillow.
I was at a family Christmas, and it was like the end of the night. We're all hanging out, drinking or whatever. And one of my family members was like, "Football is the gayest sport." And right as I was walking by, I was like, "Bro, have you ever seen wrestling? What are you talking about?"
Dude, actually, like real wrestling is like probably the gayest sport.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're
It
just like
is.
grappling,
at-
like
Just look at their outfits.
yeah,
right?
they're wearing like the gayest leotard shit. They're like
Yeah.
grappling.
They're like
gay.
oiling themselves up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, speaking of gay, let's talk about the after hours here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we would say the president, some former president, would have something to say about it, but
Do not come.
Oh wait, wrong
No.
one.
thank you.
human, and I'm coming.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
to the overflow room.
yeah. Yeah, we're coming in the overflow room with some former presidents and everything else.
I'm gonna come to the overflow room.
Thank you, Mr. President. All right. So, so if you guys want to join us on our After Hours podcast, which we're going to record right after this, go over and sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/punkrockliberatorians. And you can sign up for as little as $3 a month, but there's other tiers up there. So please consider joining, helping out the show. There's other ways to donate to the show over at prlfans.com. And send us some Bitcoin, please. Still want some Bitcoin. Yep. And we also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. You use the code PRL or PRL Podcast for a 10% discount. Or use the code PRL2 for a 20% discount when you spend $50 or more. So until next time, live free.
Or die.